Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So I want to go over some updates for the Philadelphia Eagles. A few topics I definitely want to go over with you guys, so let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope you were enjoying your week at 4-0 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, we came out of this game against the Jaguars in a really bad weather game, and we have some injuries and some updates. We'll probably have more updates tomorrow, so if you see more updates, there's going to be things updating throughout the week, so we'll definitely go over all of that. But from what Sirianni said at his press conference, it seems like that everybody has, quote unquote, everyone has the chance to play this week, which is kind of crazy because we were kind of during that game, it was Jordan Mailata, it was Ciamalo, and then, obviously big play Slay was a big one. We were already losing Avonte Maddox in that game for a twisted ankle, but it seems like as of right now, this isn't bad at all. The only long-term injury we have is probably going to be Maddox, which is going to be like another week. Other than that, that's really it, because Maddox will be back by the Cowboys game. That is definitely going to be it. And then we talk about big play Slay. He dealt with the forearm injury. He's been hurt since the beginning of the season, guys. He's had a lower back injury. He's been playing at a high level, and then he got the forearm injury early in that Jaguars game. So he was dressed up. He had his helmet. He had his pads on in the second half. They just didn't throw him in. He had the raincoat on. He was ready to go back in if they needed to. I think a lot of these guys did have rest. I think since the defense was playing good, the offense was all right. I just thought, Gannon was just rest up. We'll see what happens. If we need to put you in there, we'll put you in there. So I think it was just let him rest the rest of the game. They didn't really need him in there, but kind of makes me nervous because, McPherson didn't play great. Josiah Scott didn't play great and caused the PI call. So it wasn't fantastic, but the pressure was there, and I'm not saying they didn't fight back. They did, and some plays were made, so I was very happy about that. And then obviously you have Jordan Mailata that had the MRI as well. There's been no news on what's going on. Obviously, can't be that bad. When he got hurt during the game, he ran to the locker room, got x-rays. We heard they were negative. He came back, and he was just working on his extension. Someone was holding a bag up on the sideline. If you guys didn't watch the game, there was someone kind of helping him hold the bag up, and he was just kind of doing some drills on the sideline when the game was happening. So he really can't be that bad. His arm or whatever was going on, upper body-wise, I think he was fine because he was hitting the bag pretty hard. So I guess the MRI is just a precaution just in case of anything, but at least nothing's broken from the x-rays he took during the game, which is a good thing. Jake Elliott, I don't know what's going on. I think he'll be fine. I mean, the leg, we'll just see what happens. He took some Advil on the sideline before he kicked that extra point, whatever, or the field goal he had in the second half. So, I think he'll be fine. I don't know if the Eagles have to go after another kicker this week. That's how we got Jake Elliott, guys. Back in 2016, we ended up getting Jake Elliott from the Bengals practice squad. Sometimes you just find these kickers, dime a dozen, and sometimes you hit on these guys. So I don't think we're going to be doing that. I think that Elliott will be back. So not really worried about all the injuries at all, to be honest with you. I think just the main one is really Avonte Maddox for another week, which means that what are the Eagles going to do in this secondary? What are they going to do? Are they going to change things up? Are they going to kind of do the same thing they did last week or a couple days ago against the Jags with Josiah Scott and, maybe moving Garner Johnson around just a little bit? So it should be interesting what they do in the secondary, but we will see. So the injuries do not seem bad at all, which is great. Like, oh my God, after this week, we got one more week, and then we have the bye. Like, week 7's the bye week, and I think this team needs to be well-rested, and then we're going to find out what this team looks like after the bye because, teams coming off the bye. It's a big thing. But other than that, the Eagles did sign a guard. Looks like Tyrese Robinson. He plays guard and tackle. Okay, he's 23 years old. Went undrafted out of Oklahoma in 2022. 6'3", 324-pound lineman. 38 games at guard and tackle. So a guy that's cross-trained at both positions. I mean, nothing to really do too much with this year. I think more of a next year type of thing with him. And I don't really know this guy at all, but just to have a guy that as a project, see what you have. You know what I mean? So, you might need some. We kind of found out from even this game against the Jaguars. I mean, Mailata went out, Ciamalo went out. I didn't talk about Ciamalo, the ankle injury, whatever that was, and seems like that's not serious. I was really happy with having really happy Driscoll at left tackle was fantastic. I mean, the beginning he was getting pushed a little bit, but as the game went on, because he was getting more reps, he was perfectly fine. Opeta was perfect at right guard. They ran 2 touchdowns to his side. I mean, the depth is just unlimited, is unstoppable. Jeff Stoutland has done a fantastic job to get the offensive lines prepared. And Jeff Stoutland is always good. When this offensive line gets hurt, he knows the right pieces to put in. And because of Jeff Stoutland, this is what you get. You get a good starting offensive line, one of the best in the league. On top of that, you have great depth behind it. It's going to be hard shoes to fill because Jeff Stoutland's on a 1 year. This is it. Like, after this year, Jeff Stoutland's contract is up. So I'm hoping the Eagles keep him for another 4 to 5 years, give him one more big contract. I know he's getting older, and I don't know like what his time length is of being an NFL positional coach, but it's going to be really hard shoes to fill if you can't get Jeff Stoutland back. But I think the Eagles will, and I think his contract is up. I think I did go over it a couple months ago, and doing a fantastic job what he's done with Dickerson, drafting him last year, and look at him now, going to be an all-pro left guard. I mean, Pro Bowler material, no doubt about it. And obviously Jordan Mailata, fantastic. Just where he came from and not playing football, playing rugby, not playing American football, and look what he turned out. Could be a Pro Bowl left tackle. Probably going to have that yellow jacket on the future of his career. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens, man. But this offensive line is just great. So adding another one to the practice squad is a good thing, more of a project for next year. So really can't complain about that. Lastly, I want to go over Jordan Davis. Man, this guy is just getting better every single week. The mentorship is fantastic. That play that he had against the Jags when he was lined up on the nose, and he was just, I think his hand placement is getting better, getting in the backfield to being disruptive. Not even just that, but he just ate the running back alive. I saw no running back when he had his arms around him and just brought him down. And not even just that play, even the running back ran to the left side, and Davis is away from the play, and he's running across the field to go make the tackle. That's what you get out of Jordan Davis. So obviously, we don't like the snaps that he's getting. He's not getting as many snaps as we want him to. You know what I mean? So with Fletcher Cox up in front, he will, after Fletch leaves after this year, Jordan Davis will be your starting defensive tackle with Hargrave. Hargrave's probably going to get an extension probably sometime middle of this year or the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But I love what Jordan Davis is doing. Not getting a ton of snaps. Obviously it's a rotation. So with all these guys, but Davis is putting in the work. I see him getting better every single week. This is our first round pick, guys. I mean, I know there's issues. Maybe we have issues with, can he be a pass rusher? Can he do a lot more than he's doing right now? But I think it's just taking time. That's really it. I think once they get his cardio up. I think his cardio is definitely a lot better. I've seen that he got tackled. I've seen that he was out of air a lot more earlier in the season. He's probably been working a lot of cardio and doing things to keep his stamina up, which is a good thing, because that's going to be the downfall of Jordan Davis. If he keeps gaining weight and he's losing his explosiveness, that's the only way this pick is going to be a big fail. You know what I mean? But I like what I've been seeing from him. I've had no problem with him, and very happy with it. So Jordan Davis in this rotation is doing really well. And I think by next year, he's going to be full throttle, going to be fantastic. Not looking for stats. I'm not looking for 10, 13, 15 sacks from him a year. I'm looking for him to take double teams and to help the linebackers fill in the gaps. Whether it's the defensive end that's next to him, the defensive tackle that's next to him, depending on what's going on, to kind of free them up on those one-on-ones. But you left Jordan Davis one-on-one here, and look what he did. He made a play, which is fantastic. The center got no help. He didn't get any help, and look what happened. So it's awesome. So other than that, that's really it. It's going to be a crazy week this week, the team being healthy. And, let me know what you guys think about some of the players, that you watched in the Sunday's game. I know it was a mess with the weather and everything. It's hard when you look at a game like that because so many mistakes do happen. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. That is your update for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.